coming in, yeah, flex, I just wanna win, yeah, LABB who we running with, yeah, 2233.
What up everybody, it's your boy KWireGaming 06, and today we are going over the boss battle, the Crab Warden. I'm going to show you the material I use and my basic strategy, so let's get right into it. So in this fight, I'm going to be using Cloud, Tifa, and Barret. I'm going to show you actually what I have on them. So with Cloud, I actually switched up from the Mithril Blade, the good old Mithril Saber, which is one of my favorites, to the Twin Stinger. Now, I made that change solely for two reasons. On the Mithril Saber, you have more magical attack and magical defense. But as you can see, the regular attack is lower, the MP pool is lower, and you lose just one on magic and spirit. On the Twin Stinger, you lose that magic attack. As you can see, that's at 330, so you lose 51. But on the attack, you gain 33. You get 66 on the MP, and you get those +4 on the magic defense and +1 on magic and spirit. Also, once you get your first book, your skill book in hard mode, you unlock the next tier of upgrades, and in this tier you get the move, let's go to it, Reprieve. As it says, avoid incapacitation once per battle, does not work against instant death attacks or when HP is at 1. But so if you were to get hit by attack, let's say you were unprepared and they do a big attack, they do hit pretty hard on this game in hard mode, then you'll avoid death, you'll avoid incapacitation only one time in that battle, and that can really come in clutch. So this is why I switched to this, because you do not have that ability with the Mithril Blade. So like I said, I use the Twin Stinger for those reasons and those reasons alone. Then I got the Chain Bangle, as it gives you 4 materia slots at the bottom. And hard mode, as you know, you can't use any items. No items whatsoever, so your materia is what comes in clutch. So that's why I went with the Chain Bangle, and it gets you pretty dope defense and magic defense. So you get a nice skill there. And then I went with the supernatural wrist guards over the champion belt. Again, while the champion belt will give me max HP, put me at 9,999, I went for strength instead. Give me the increased strength by 10, because 9,640 is not that bad. Not that bad. Alright, for materia, I use the revival materia. It's always good to have at least 1 or 2 characters with this, because again, you can't use any items. So that coupled with Reprieve is a good thing. Like if I'm trying to cast and he hit me and take me out, I can still have that 1 and we'll be good there. And then all my materia, as you can see, is maxed out. So you get to use a rise, which will raise them with more more HP. Then I always equip 2 magic ups and 2 HP ups, as you can see here. MP ups will give you the extra boost, so you'll get that 50% boost. So Cloud has 100% boost right now in the MP pool, that's why it's at 186. And then HP up gave him 100% boost on his HP, putting it at 9,640. Right here, I have the first strike materia in, because that gives you an ATB gauge. You get like 1.5 starting the battle. You can switch this to like steadfast block, as it'll give you that you'll take less damage when you block. It'll give you that further cushion, so where you don't take as much damage when blocking, and you get a large ATB boost when you actually guard it. So that is a good alternative to throw in there. I like having first strike because it starts me off with move, so I can immediately come out the gate casting something that I need to cast. Like if I want to cast a regen spell on all the characters so their health is constantly going up, I can cast that out the gate instead of having to run and build up the ATB gauge. Alright, then I got healing on Cloud because besides Aerith, Cloud is the best person when it comes to magic. Aerith is number 1, Cloud is number 2. So I threw healing on Cloud, and he has the highest pool of MP. Because that would magnify, so you can heal all your people at once. Like I said, you can throw that regen starting a battle, so their HP is constantly regenerating, and that works. Then I got lightning materia, because again, the enemy is weak to lightning and elemental. Now, I did throw it in here, and if you guys want, you can actually switch the lightning and elemental and put them in up here in your weapon slot, so you have that damage of lightning that you can do to the enemy since it's weak against lightning. Or you can keep it in your armor slot and you can absorb. Sometimes they do lightning attacks, so I put it in the the armor slot, because you'll absorb it and it'll actually heal you. I did that against the Sentinel, the first boss, and you didn't have to waste your healing because he was constantly healing me when he was attacking me with a lightning based attack. As far as my summon, I have Leviathan. For the summons, again, anything that does physical damage is like key in case you face an enemy that is a elemental type, wind, fire, water, ice, whatever. They will be immune to that same type. So if you're fighting a fire person, you have Ifrit, fire does nothing. But all raw damage people, they'll still attack him. So Leviathan, Bahamut, Fat Chocobo, and Cactuar are good choices. So I have Leviathan on Cloud. You can switch to Bahamut, and that'll give you 4 in your attack, 2 more in your strength, and you'll lose just 2 on spirit and magic defense. With the Fat Chocobo, that'll give you more HP. You'll lose 2 in magic, and you'll gain some attack and strength, and you'll just lose a few in some other areas. And then good old Cactuar, you'll get 97, and you'll lose a few in areas as well. But so that is your choice to put which one you want to choose. If they're not weak against elemental, then you can pick whoever. Like Chocobo Chick is good if you want to do like, see how they got every element of attack. So if they're weak against any of them, you can go ahead and cast that and boom boom, take advantage of it. Alright, so these were what I have with Cloud. Let's go ahead and go over to Tifa. So I am using her Purple Rain glove. I said Purple Rain. Y'all know it's a shout out to Prince. It's Purple Pain. I'm using her Purple Pain glove. I found that I like this thing. Now we know that Metal Knuckles does the most physical attack damage, as you can see here. You get a 36 increase, but then you look at certain abilities and look at the life. You lose about 5,000 in life, 64 in MP. So that's a lot to make up in hard mode, and the focus here is to have the highest HP and a larger MP pool, just in case you need to cast spells of any variation. So I went with the Purple Pain. Alright, you don't get Tifa's last set of upgrades until you go into hard mode and you beat the little skinless dog side mission, the variant, and then you'll unlock this planet right here, and this will give you your extra materia slots where you can connect them and whatnot. So once I beat that, I changed all my stats around where I go for all new materia slots, and then I start going for the highest all the way down because it's easier to upgrade the lower ones versus trying to go up and trying to save up to upgrade these ones. Alright, let's go back. So I switched to the cog bangle. I actually had the rune armlet on originally, but as you can see, while her magic defense is pretty nice, her regular defense is kind of low. So I went for a more balanced. I went for more like a balanced type of build on this one. Yes, none of them are on 100, but they're both at 97 versus one being higher and one bit so lower. So I went with the cog bangle. It gives you 3. Now, while you do see these, the geometric bracelet has 4 materia slots, and the force bracelet has 4 materia slots. As you can see, that minus 30 and minus 31 is not worth it to me. So I went with the cog and champion belt. Since I already have 2 characters with the supreme or supernatural wrist guard, I put champion belt on her to get her that increased strength by 5% and that max HP, so she can be at 9,999 again, versus giving her that extra attack and strength. But you can choose if you want to go either or, but this is what I went with. As far as materia, prayer is going to be your clutch when it comes to this thing, because you want to save your MP as much as possible. So prayer uses ATB, use 2 ATB gauges, and that'll heal your party. And at max level, you get a nice little chunk of restoration for your party. Then I went with steadfast block. As I said previously, you take less damage and you get that large ATB boost when you're blocking. This is always a good thing to have on your characters. As always, I give my characters 2 HP ups and 2 MP ups to increase their HP pool and their MP pool. I did elemental and fire because the enemy also does fire damage. So with them doing that, I like to have someone that has their weakness, and I like to have someone that has the ability to spam attacks, and if they use fire, they'll absorb it and you don't have to worry about taking damage. And then of course a healing materia, as it's always good to have healing on someone or on everyone. As far as the summon, again, same rule applies here. You get the you either use Fat Chocobo, Leviathan, Bahamut, or Cactuar, as they only do physical damage versus the other ones. Unless the enemy is a non-elemental type, then you can use any other summon. And if they're elemental type, you want to stick to physical damage, as they won't be immune to that. Alright, let's hop over here to Barret. And Barret is the last person going to be using in this fight. As you can see, I went for the EKG cannon over Big Bertha. Now I love Big Bertha, and Big Bertha has more attack power than the EKG cannon, but like I said, the goal is HP and MP. That's what you want in hard mode. And as you can see, if you switch to Big Bertha, you lose almost 4,000 in HP and almost 60 in MP. I don't think that's worth the 31 points in attack. So I went for Big Bertha. I went for EKG cannon. As you can see, I used the Supreme Bracer as it gives me defense, and the magical defense could be better. It could be better, but Barret is a big tank, so, and his HP is all the way up, so it helps. So that's why I didn't really stress too much on the magical defense. And then lastly, I gave him the supernatural wrist guards. again, because it gives you the increased strength by 10% versus the champion belt, which gives you that HP and a 5% up. He doesn't need any HP. As you can see, it's already maxed out. So he doesn't need that HP by 10%. So let's give him 10% of strength instead of 5. Alright, let's go to the materia. I gave Barrett the barrier. This will come in clutch as well. So if the enemy does a lot of physical damage, you can cast barrier. He has enough MP where you can spare casting barrier on your whole team. And if he does, let's say they do both, you still have enough MP to spare to use mana wall. Yes, that uses a chunk, but you still got enough to use it on them and then switch to other people and use their MP if needed. Lightning, again, the enemy is weak to lightning, so having more than one person with lightning will work to build up that pressure gauge and do maximum damage. As always, I have 2 MP and 2 HP up to give them to increase that pool of life and magic. Steadfast block, again, this will come in clutch. If you need to block, you'll take less damage and you get an extra boost on your ATB gauge. Healing materia, everyone should have healing. It's gonna come in clutch. And then also prayer. If you have 2 ATB gauges up and you can use it, use prayer instead of healing. But healing is there in case you do not have that 2 and someone needs to be healed. And lastly, I do have Ifrit on him because the enemy is not immune to fire. Otherwise, I would have switched to probably Bahamut and took it from Aerith, or used the Cactuar. But since it's not immune to fire, I like Ifrit, so I kept him in. But that's your choice on who you want to choose. And that is all the materia, all the weapons, and what we're using to fight the boss. Alright? So let's get into it.
Huh?
Get back!
What
That all you got? Someone's gonna take your best shot, asshole! Looks like an old model. Wait till antique.
What are we doing?
Aim for its legs. Bring it down. Fire. You two stay on the offensive. Here it comes. That's its heart. The Mako generator.
I'm guessing we aim for that.
Finish it.
Time to end this! No more games!
sleep. Taking over.
Bring it! Get out of our way! I got this. Help us out!
Now let's finish it. Come on. Bring it. Bring it home. My turn. All good. Keep it together.
Okay, let's go. It's on you.
Guess it's my turn.
I got this.
I got this. Good luck.
My turn.
There. Come on. Ha. Thanks for that. Bring it.
Now's our chance.
Let's finish it.
That's it?
Now what?
Could be a system error.
I think
You're way too trapped.
Check out this shit right here.
okay. Put it in
Aye, this way.